As an educator, do you think we achieve equality in the education system? Like for us to do that, like what has to happen for black kids to
Of
have the
course,
same education as white kids and be, you know, and be invested in as much
they
as
haven't. They haven't been given equality in education. We aren't providing equal education to all children, and we won't provide equal education to all children because in our heart of hearts, we know that any people who are descended from those first Black human beings who did those fantastic things, who carry all that Black DNA, are going to do better than our white students are. If we give them all the same equal education, we're going to see Black students do what white students have done, which is make tremendous gains because all of a sudden they are being asked to live up to people's expectations instead of down to people's expectations. In this country, Black students are expected to live down to the teacher's expectations of them. White children are expected to live up to the teacher's expectations of them, which is why we teach a history that isn't history. We teach social studies that is anti-social studies. We lower our expectations for those Black kids when they come through that schoolroom door, particularly for those Black males. Because if they succeed, we pale faces have failed. Make no mistake about that. We will allow Black people to become good at several things: music, dance, entertainment, and comedy sketches. Oh yeah, because we want to use them and we want to laugh at them. But we don't want them to become good at science, technology, and all those other things. We are willing to allow them to become good as entertainers.
Now you said expectation.
What's happening?
You said expectation, and that, I feel like that is a very important word because
of course it is. We expect white children.
I think our expectations of ourselves initially. First, I expect the expectations that our parents have for us, and then that translates into our expectations of ourselves. And after that, I think that kind of determines what path you take in life.
But do you know how hard it must be for a Black woman to continue to tell her child, particularly her son, that he can make it in view of all the ugliness that is said about him, around him, and around her on a daily basis? I don't think we have any idea how very absolutely powerful Black women are. They raise children who refuse to live down to white people's expectations of them. You must have had some Black parentage that was really excellent, and you must be responding to that most days. Even when you were in trouble, knew that your mother wouldn't appreciate it. I don't know about your parentage, but I know that if I lived down to the expectations of the people in Riceville, where my family was concerned, we were dirt poor. And one of the teachers who taught with me, they interviewed her for an article in a newspaper. And she said, well, it was amazing that she was even able to do as well as she did, considering the family she came from. Now, I was expected to fail because I came from a family of 7 kids with a Catholic mother and a Baptist father on a hard rock farm in northeast Iowa, where the topsoil was about 2 inches deep, and we had no money, and we weren't supposed to amount to anything. We exceeded their expectations, and they never forgave me for it. And I know they didn't. They still to this day they're saying, well, she's going to end up in prison. They're going to find out that she's lying. She learned this from somebody else, and I'm thinking, oh sweet Jesus, let me keep my mouth shut here. If we knew how hard Black, it doesn't always work, you see. If we knew how hard Black women have to maintain their sanity in this insane society, we would have a tremendous amount of respect for Black women. I think it's absolutely fantastic what they're able to do in spite of all the ugliness we put in their paths.